Great, I'm here! So guess what? Meta just released a new update for the MetaQuest 3, MetaQuest Pro and the MetaQuest 2. Update v60. With big performance upgrade, new environments, native app and many new features that Meta for some reason didn't even acknowledge. And of course it was my job to dig in the system to find all of them. So well, as always, let's get into it. So as always, this update is gonna start to roll out from today, but don't worry if you don't get it right away. Unfortunately, they have a weird rollout feature, so it might take some days, it might take some weeks, but don't worry, don't sweat. Is gonna arrive. But that's where we find the good news actually if you're using a Quest 3, because from v60 you're gonna be able to get in the PTC, public test channel, also on the new headset. You can do it from the app, selecting your headset, then going in advanced settings, and there you're gonna find a toggle for public test channel. Just remember that this is the beta channel, so you're gonna find some issues, of course, but usually you're gonna receive the updates before anyone else. So yeah, it's your pick. Another thing that you're gonna notice right away with this update is actually the new update interface. So when you go to settings and software updates, you're finally gonna be able to see the details of the new update, clicking on it, of course, and then be able to update right away if of course you are in the rollout from Meta, or you're gonna be able to schedule the update for later. But let's get to the big stuff now, because we have new environments. What you're seeing right now is Blue Hill Gold Mine. This is actually very cool, a new Wild West environment at high resolution. It didn't arrive to my headset yet, but there's gonna be also Storybook, and the one that I'm most interested about, Lakeside Peak. There seems to be more a photogrammetry based environment. I really hope they're gonna keep adding environments, because it's just nice to be in different places all the time. At the same time though, since I have the Quest 3, I mostly use the Passthrough, and I've never seen the environments anymore. Is it the same for you? And if you use the Passthrough like me, the new update is actually the removal of the splash screen for the loading of the apps in Passthrough. So if you're in Passthrough, you start an app, instead of going to the black screen like it usually happens right now, you're gonna be granted with just the Passthrough loading the application. Unfortunately, this covered just the first part of the loading, because the second part of the loading is up to the developer and the app, of course. So in the future, opening an app will be completely seamless. Instead of just going through black screen, loading, and then the app, you'll be able to just be in your Passthrough the entire time and arrive from the Passthrough in the menu to the app without interruptions. And I really like this fluidity feeling. And still talking about Passthrough and apps, Meta built a new first-party mixed reality app called Layout, and with that you're gonna be able to use the sensors and the Passthrough to actually measure your environment, you know, try some furniture in your environment to see it will fit or not. I mean, it's kind of a glorified measuring tape, but if we get like support for IKEA furniture, it will be absolutely amazing. Now, still about the Passthrough and extra big for the Quest Pro users, well, we have a big boost when using the Passthrough, aka mixed reality, because before the Quest Pro was actually downclocking the speed of the GPU and the CPU to compensate for, you know, the more cheap use that you have when you use the cameras. Instead, with v60, well, they decided to boost the CPU by a whopping 35% and the GPU by a 19% when using mixed reality. So while in Passthrough the system will feel more fluid, the games are gonna look a bit better at higher resolution, and I think that's a great thing for devs and of course for everyone using the MetaQuest Pro right now. v60 also brings a new update to the boundary system, with Meta is actually adding cloud computing capabilities. That means that your headset is gonna be able to remember more boundaries. I don't know how many times it's happened to you, but it happens to me quite often that I have to recreate the boundaries where I play in because something changes or I move from a room to the other and I have to redo everything all over again. Instead, this time, if you go on setting, privacy, device permission, and you enable SharePoint cloud data, the headset is gonna upload your boundaries to the cloud, and then when you're gonna be in the right room, well, it's gonna download it again, and well, you're gonna have more boundaries available all the time. Of course, this is gonna go on the Meta servers, but they stress out the fact that, well, they're not gonna get the images of your place, so privacy will be okay, but just the point cloud data. So just the little dots and the meshes that compose your room, let's say. Digital room. Of course, this is the same setting that use the shared space locations for playing mixed reality games in the same room with different headsets. You know, to have the holograms in the same spot for everyone, like it happens with the email, for example. The next update is about Horizon words in the library, because right now you're gonna be able to add words from Horizon words directly in the library, so you can jump to the word that you're usually playing in directly without going through the app and through the browser in the app to actually get there. If you're using Horizon word, well, you're welcome. If you don't, well, nothing changes to you. Going on, v60 removed the phone notifications from the headset. That means that unless you have an app like Messenger or WhatsApp installed on the headset directly, you're not gonna receive anymore all the notifications that you receive from the phone, like it was happening with iOS. And I think that's a great thing, because when you are in VR, you don't wanna see your phone. It should be a moment to actually enjoy your virtual life without interruptions from these things. Thanks, Meta. Another update is to the friend profiles. Right now we're gonna be able to see the apps that you have in common with your friends to actually organize better your playing sessions in co-op or, well, you know, multiplayer. And that's a very nice quality life update. And we're finally to the end, the last one before turning off your headset. Well, you're gonna notice that the menu there is gonna be a bit different. You're not gonna be able to turn it off right away. You're gonna be able to just resume the thing or put it to sleep, and you have now the power options on another button to actually restart or shut down the headset. I think they're trying this to actually keep people headsets on as much as possible, making the rollout of the updates as seamless as possible, but I feel like it's just one more button. It's just a bit annoying, but yeah, that's a new menu. But here we have it. This was update v60 for the MetaQuest 3, MetaQuest 2, and the MetaQuest Pro. I think that is great news for the MetaQuest Pro, by the way. But yeah, overall, nothing crazy, just new features and a nice app to actually measure your space that can be used in the future for many more things. And it's for sure a way to flex the new sensors on the Quest 3. But here we have it. I'm very curious to see the new environment with the mountains thing, because I think it's gonna be the most interesting for me to have. But let me know what you'd like to see next in update v61. And as always, guys, if you liked the video, like. If you did like this, dislike. Subscribe to the channel for more VR tech. If you really love the channel, the join button down there. Let's on further. Also the Patreon. Thanks to all the patrons and to join the channel, of course. And I see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Ciao.